Good morning, children. Today we are going to see about section of a stem. Before studying about permanent tissues, we have studied meristematic tissues, no? Before studying permanent tissues, we are going to see the section of stem. I told you that meristematic tissues are parent tissues. Parent tissues means, what does it mean? All the other tissues will come only from the parent tissues. Okay. So here what happens? Meristematic tissues undergo a process called differentiation. It is very important. Okay. In size, shape and function, they will differentiate, and that process, and they will become what? Permanent. Okay. Here it is meristematic, there it is permanent. And they will not divide. Here meristematic tissues, they will divide. Permanent tissues, they will not divide. That we have studied already. Okay, here what happens? Differentiation. This term is very important. In your textbook it is given. So in size, shape and function, they differ. And what happens? That process is called as differentiation. Okay, before studying this in detail, about the cells. Which cells? About the which tissue? Permanent tissues. What are the tissues? Three types of tissues we have studied now. Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Before studying about that permanent tissues, we should see what is there inside a stem. When you are a small child, no, if you see a plant, no, you will not be knowing much. What will you understand while seeing a plant? Okay, plants are stationary. They are also living things, but they will not move. That we have studied, no, in your lower classes. So only that much. But after coming to 6th, 7th and all, you have started studying about leaves. What is a leaf? What is a petiole? Then what is a midrib? And then this is node. No, the place from which the leaf arises, no, it is called as node. And this is one node, this is one node. So in between this place is called as internode. No, this region is called as internode. And then about flowers. In flowers, what are the parts? You have studied about petals, and that green color thing is sepal, petal, then androecium, gynoecium and all you have studied, no? Much more is there to study. You have studied only a small drop of that. Okay, it's an ocean, right? Okay, now section of a stem. If you see a section of a stem, how will we get a section of stem? Shall we go to a plant and ask, please give me a section? No. What will we do for a section? I will tell you. Okay. Any twig you can take. I have taken one more twig. See, one hibiscus twig or this plant twig. Any twig you can take. So what we will do is, when we are studying about section of a stem, first you should take the stem. Okay. And then you should take a blade. And then you should cut them into small pieces. Pieces in the sense, if you cut like this, that is called as section. Okay, you are taking a small piece of that. See, I have cut one small piece like this, no? Once you come to school, I will show it to you, how it looks under the microscope. Okay, one small piece I have taken. If you cut like this, no, small it should be, very thin. If you cut like that, then that is called as transverse section. Okay. In case if you are cutting like this, see, if I will break it into two. This is difficult to break. This we will try. I have cut this. Okay. If I want to study the longitudinal section, I should cut like this. This way. Okay. If I want to cut, to take the longitudinal section, I should cut like this. Usually, initial days, no, it will be very difficult. For me, I have experience, so I am cutting. For you, it will be difficult, so you don't try it at home, okay? What we will do, no, when children come for section, taking section and all, we used to take a small carrot piece, and inside that we will insert the stem, and then we will ask them to take the slide. So it will be easy for them. By practice only everything comes, no? Okay. So this is longitudinal section. In case if you want to study the transverse section, see here, this is transverse section. Both are transverse sections only. This is the transverse section. For example, if you cut this and if you take a thin slide, one section will come, no? That section What should you do? Can you just take like that and see with the help of my eyes? No, I can't do that. What should I do? That is the reason last chapter you have studied about microscope, right? What should you do? You know, you should take a small watch glass. Watch glass means it is made up of glass, one small lid like. In that you should take some water, and while I am taking the sections, no, I will keep that with me, near me, and I will put all the small pieces what I am taking, no, the sections I will put inside the water. Then I will add 1 or 2 drops of saffron in. Have you heard of saffron in? It's a stain. It will be red in color. Yes. 1 drop of saffron in you will add, and then with the help of a brush, which brush? Small paint brush will be there, no? Or with the help of a small needle, you will just mix like this, so that the saffron in will mix with water and it will become light pink color. Okay. So now we have put the sections inside that, no, in water. It will get the color. The cells will get the color. That also you are going to study. Which cell will get the color, which cell will not get the color and all. When you go to higher classes, you will study. Now just you will get the color of the saffron in solution. Okay. Now after that you will select. You have taken many pieces and you have put there. Whichever piece is very thin, no, that one you will select, and you will take a watch glass. Inside the watch glass only it is there now. You will take a small slide. Okay. Slide will be like this, no? Have you seen in that lab? It is made up of glass and it will be like this. That is called as slide. Okay. And in this what we will do? We will take one small section from this and I will keep it in the middle like this. Okay. This is big, but in the lab when you are doing, it will be very thin, very small. So you will keep it in the middle like this, and you will add 1 drop of glycerin. Okay, 1 drop of glycerin on that, and slowly you will put the cover slip. One cover is there like this. This is called as cover slip. This will also be very thin. Okay. This is called as cover slip. You will take one cover slip and slowly, air bubble should not enter. So one side first you should keep like this, and the other end I will take that video and I will show it to you. Okay. We'll put it. Now it is ready for what? It is ready to watch under the microscope. Okay. Now I am taking this and I am going near the microscope and I am using microscope. How should I use? We have 2 adjustments. Coarse adjustment as well as fine adjustment. I should keep it on the table. On stage will be there, no? Microscope on stage will be there. On that we should keep the slide. And then with the help of the adjustment, I should adjust and see. With the help of coarse adjustment, what can I see? I can see something is there inside. Some substance is kept there. I will not be able to see everything clearly. Then after getting that, I will go to fine adjustment and slowly I will adjust. When I am adjusting, what will happen? I can see all the cells inside. Shall we see what will be there inside? Now we will keep everything aside, okay? The stem, blade, everything we will keep. Now we will see how it is. See here, section of a stem. This is the section which I am seeing under the microscope. No, any stem if you take, dicot stem, it will be like this. So after taking this, see here, like this it will be. Colors and all will be absorbed by the that small piece, and this is the section. Now outermost one layer will be there. This is called as epidermis. Okay, epidermis. Next to that, collenchyma. See the green color line which I have given? Collenchyma. Then the brown color line. See, parenchyma. Then, see here, this is pericycle. Like one flower I have given now, this is called as pericycle. Okay, where is it, pericycle? Here, pericycle. And have you studied this? What is this? Vascular bundle. Oh, that is called as vascular bundle. Where is vascular bundle? Here it is, vascular bundle. Inside the vascular bundle, if you see, in the outermost side of the vascular bundle, sclerenchyma cells will be there. So all the 3 have come now. Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Right? Okay. Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. All in the vascular bundle, no, like a cap, sclerenchyma cells will be there. Now in the vascular bundle, if you see, vascular bundle will be of this shape. See, one ring like ring is seen, no, inside one ring like structure. So this is one vascular bundle. Here in the middle, one line will be there, that is called as cambium. Where is cambium? Cambium. Cambium is not there. I will give the spelling. C-A-M-B-I-U-M. This is cambium. Okay. 2-3 layers of cambium will be there. And outside I told you like a cap, who will be there? Sclerenchyma cells will be there. And below sclerenchyma cells, phloem. I told you, in permanent cells, phloem cells will be here. And down, xylem cells will be there. So all the, which tissues we have studied? These are simple permanent tissues and these two are complex permanent tissues. See how nicely it is arranged, no? For us, no, when we are coming out of prayer, when we are moving to the classes, one ma'am should stand there and tell, move in a line. Move. Here no one is there to tell them. But still, how nicely it is arranged, no? We should learn things from many places. So, from plants we should learn that how systematic we should be. See, outside, epidermis, collenchyma, parenchyma, then which one is this? Pericycle. This is pericycle. This white color, that flower like thing I have put, no? Pericycle. Then cambium, ring, it is arranged like ring. So cambium and vascular bundle. This is called as vascular bundle, and inside the vascular bundle, what is there? Cambium is there, and like a cap, what will be there? Sclerenchyma cells will be there. Here phloem, here cambium in the middle, and below xylem will be there, and in the middle some space will be there. It will be filled with parenchyma cells. It is called as pith. See here, pith, P-I-T-H, pith. So, and the epidermis is covered with a thick layer. It should protect the epidermis, no? So, for that, it is covered with a thick layer, and that layer is called as cuticle. What is that? Cuticle. One oily, waxy type of thing will be there. That is called as cuticle. So, cuticle, then epidermis, collenchyma, parenchyma, sclerenchyma, then this is pericycle. Okay, pericycle. Then this is vascular bundle. In the vascular bundle, outside the tip only sclerenchyma. Then the next one is phloem. Middle, cambium. The green color line which I have shown, no, that is called as cambium. And this pink color round structure I have given, no, that is called as xylem. And in the middle some gap is left out, no, that is called as pith. Okay, go through this 2-3 times, you will be able to understand. So now, what is this and what is this? See, this is the TS, the whole thing, section, no? But I want to explain it in detail to you because you are grown up. I should explain it to you. So I can't explain the whole thing. I can't give the full diagram. It will take time, no? So I have taken only one part of this. See, like this. While cutting a cake, no, we used to cut, no, one small piece, birthday cake when we are cutting, same like that, I have cut a small piece. See, this vascular bundle and this vascular bundle, half it is coming, and the whole thing. Only this part I am taking and I am placing it here. Okay, which part I am taking? Only this part. See, one small piece I am cutting like this. And I am showing it to you how the cells are arranged. So only this part, this much only I am taking and I am showing it to you. Okay. So this is how it is. I have filled half because it will take time, no. So half I have filled, the other half I will tell you how to fill it. Okay. You should also draw this at home. When you are sitting, you take a pencil and you should start drawing. Okay. This also you should draw, label everything. And this one, like me, you also take one piece of cake, okay, and we will draw like this. So here this is epidermis. See, epidermis cells we should draw like this. How I am drawing, carefully check, okay. See, epidermis, okay. Above the epidermis, thick layer I said. What is that thick layer? That is the cuticle. Okay, cuticle. And here I have shown something, no, on hand. What is that? Hair. Okay, epidermal hair. See here they have, here also I have shown. So in this piece one hair is coming, no, so I have shown one hair. Okay, and then if you take the plant and see in microscope, no, minute hairs will be there in some stems. Some stems will not be there. Actually this is sunflower. Sunflower stem, if you take and see, it will be like this. Okay, cells will be arranged like this. So here hair is there, and so I have shown one hair, and here also one small thing I have shown. What is this? We have studied about stomata, right? In what shape it will be? Here also I have shown one small stomata. Okay, and now epidermis over, cuticle over. We will mark this is epidermis and this one is cuticle. Okay, very interesting, no, to see what is inside. We are not knowing that these are the things which are present inside a plant. See how nicely it is arranged. And below that, below epidermis, it is collenchyma. How to draw a cell, you see, like this, honeycomb shape. And then like this it should be. Okay, you start with me. This is what? Collenchyma. In collenchyma, if you see, patches will be there in the border. Thick patches will be there. It is because of, I have shown it in the video. You see and then tell me. Okay, it is a chemical. Because of that chemical, no, what happens? The border will be thick. Okay, so you are drawing what? Collenchyma. 2-3 layers if you draw, it is enough. Okay, here I have shown 4 layers. So here also I will show 4 layers. Okay, one more we will show. It will take some time for you to practice, but you will also be good. Okay, when you practice, you will also get it. So all the corners, see I have shown now. It should be, you should tell me whether it is because of lignin or suberin or cellulose. I have shown it in the video. Okay, check once and then tell. Then it will be there in your mind. Okay, the next one is parenchyma. Parenchyma cells, intercellular spaces will not be there here. See, no intercellular spaces. Neatly they are arranged. But in parenchyma, if you see, there will be somewhat oval, round and polygonal shape. Okay, so in between some gap is also seen because intercellular spaces will be there. When you are studying it in detail, no, one by one, I have explained it clearly how it will be. So it will be somewhat round like this. Okay, and in this cells, what will be there? You know, some parenchyma. I told you in parenchyma, what happens? Sometimes the names changes. Like you are having nicknames, no, like that it changes. I said here where it contains chlorophyll. If chlorophyll is present, what is the use of chlorophyll? Photosynthesis, right? Okay, it helps in photosynthesis. If chlorophyll is present, automatically what happens? They will start producing food. No, so they will start producing food. So the shape, it may be of oval, that this and all. Okay, so I have shown here. See. And some cells they are not having chlorophyll, so they will be parenchyma. Here one I told you that it will store. Parenchyma cells will store. Okay, parenchyma cells will store substances like such as tannin, then some waxy like substance and all will be stored. So here one oil duct we have shown, some oil. When you pick, take some plant and if you smell, no, some smell will be there. Nice smell in tulsi and all. If you see, some smell will be there. No, It is because of the oil glands which are present inside. So this is one oil gland. Okay, we have completed this. This is called as cortex region. So this is collenchyma. This is parenchyma. This is parenchyma only we have completed. If in case if what is that? Chlorophyll is there. That is called as what? Chlorenchyma. Now this white color thing you see, this is called as pericycle. Okay, this layer is called as pericycle. Like epidermis, smaller than that, it will be pericycle. One ring like, see, we have taken a small piece, no? If you complete the whole circle, how nice it will be, no? The full circle, if you draw the same way, it will be very nice, no? But we are not having time, so we will complete only a small part so that we will come to know what are the things present inside. This is pericycle. And then this is the half vascular bundle. We have taken two halves, no? So one half I have already completed. One more half I will show it to you how it will be. In the cap you see it is having sclerenchyma cells, right? Sclerenchyma cells. Sclerenchyma cells, when you are drawing, it should be thick outside. See, the wall should be thick. Same like cells you should draw. It should be thick outside. And what we should do, you know, one more layer should come thin. See here, the design. So first I will draw this thick layer. Two layers I have drawn. So here also drew two. And here, if you see the same thing, it should be light inside. Thick outside and thin inside. Okay, this is sclerenchyma cells, like a cap. And now I told you in the middle what will come? Cambium. No, cambium will come in the middle. I will show you some 2-3 layers so that it will be easy for you to understand. This is the cambium which is separating xylem and phloem. Okay, that side 4 layers I have given. This side also I will show 4. And here if you see phloem cells. See, phloem cells are small, like this it should be. In phloem we are going to study 4 different types of cells, but now time being we will just show how a phloem parenchyma, then we studied now in the classification, sieve cells, companion cells. What do you mean by that? Companion cells means, in English companion means friend, no? So what may be the reason for this name companion cells? We will see, okay, why it is called as companion cells. Okay, I have completed phloem cells. Now in phloem, what is the use of phloem? We will see later, okay. And in this one below, I told you that it is what? It is xylem. Xylem, when you are drawing, this side it should be big. When it is coming down, no, it should be tapering. See here. The size should become small when it comes down. Nice, no? Here in xylem when you are drawing, it should be, here I said that it should be thin in the middle and thick outside, no? Here thick outside and inside it should be thin. This is also double layered, okay? Both are double layered. Sclerenchyma as well as what? This is what? Xylem. And this one, top xylem is called as metaxylem. Okay, metaxylem. And down when it comes, no, it will become small and that is called as protoxylem. And in between, you should fill it with normal cells. Okay. In between the xylem, we should fill it with cells like this. And in between, see here, in between these two vascular bundles, some gap is there, no? This is the gap. Some gap is there in between. What should we do there? There also we should fill it with medullary rays. Okay, this region is called as, see, it will be little bit elongated and it will be like this, the cells. How many different kinds of cells and how God has created all those things, no? We are thinking that we are the only organisms which are well developed, but see inside the plant how neatly things are arranged, no? Okay. This in between these two vascular bundles, no, this is called as medullary ray. See here, this one. This is called as medullary ray. And below this open space I said, no, this is called as pith. Here what will be there? Parenchyma cells should fill. Okay, it will be small here, and in the center if you see, cells will be big cells will be there. And half also I have cut, no, small piece, so half also I have shown. Over. Okay, so this is enlarged TS. I have given, see, enlarged TS. It means one small piece I have taken and I have enlarged it. This is epidermis, this is cuticle, this is hair or epidermal hair, and this is collenchyma, this is parenchyma. When it is having chlorophyll, it is called as chlorenchyma. This is parenchyma. Then this is pericycle, this is sclerenchyma, no, sclerenchyma cell. Here phloem will be there. This is vascular bundle. Each bundle is called as vascular bundle. Sclerenchyma, this is phloem, this is cambium, and here xylem will be arranged. This bigger one is called as metaxylem, and down when it comes it is called as protoxylem. In between two vascular bundles the gap will be filled by medullary rays, and in the center part will be filled by pith. Okay, it's clear, I think. Now we will see some points about epidermis. Okay, epidermis is the outer covering and it gives protection to the plant. Okay, the epidermis, it gives protection to the plant. It is thick and waxy in most of the cases because it should protect the plant from loss of water. Transpiration takes place, no? It should protect from that, and it also should protect from parasitic fungus and all. Okay, so thick and waxy sometimes. No intercellular space will be there. Here see, no intercellular space will be there. And leaf epidermis, have you seen leaf? If you same way, root, stem I have taken, no, same way we can take for leaf also. A leaf piece also can be cut and we can see under the microscope. Root also can be cut and we can see under the microscope. You will study when you go to PU like dicot stem, dicot root, monocot stem, monocot root, leaf, everything you will be studying. Okay. So leaf epidermis, stomata will be there. No, leaf epidermis, if you see, you know that stomatas are present on the leaf. No. So leaf epidermis, stomata will be there. What is the use of the stomata? Exchange of gases. Okay, I have shown like that. In root, the epidermis will be there. In root also epidermis will be there. It is used or it is helpful in water absorption, and the long hair, no, in root, they increases the total absorptive surface area. It should absorb, no, water, so that the area will be increased by who? Epidermis. In desert plants, if you see, epidermis will have a thick layer outside, be made of cutin. Okay, and when plants grow, automatically, when they grow like this, no, the stem will become big, and it will become of this size. Hibiscus and all, sometimes it will come of this size, no. And if in big trees and all, if you see neem tree and all, it will become black in color. It is because of what? Secondary meristem takes place. Okay, and you will get cork. That is called as cork, C-O-R-K, cork. What happens, no, this epidermis, secondary epidermis takes place, secondary meristem, it will keep on growing, no, at that time. This is called as cork. Many layers will be there and they are dead in nature. So no intercellular spaces will be there, and in cork, if you see the chemical name, suberin. Okay, suberin, which helps them impervious to gases and water. Impervious means what? Check in your dictionary fast. Okay, impervious means allowing or not allowing. Check. Okay, and this is guard cells. Already you have studied guard cells, so I have just given only the diagram because you have no studied. So here, if you see, this is what? Stomata. This stomata, usually it will be in which shape? Bean shaped, no? Okay, or kidney shaped. So it will be of this side. This is open stomata and this is closed stomata. We also know stomatas outside two things are there, no? This is called as what? Guard cells. Not GOD, guard cells, protecting cells. Okay, so this is all about section of a stem. If you are very thorough with this, no, then we are going to study about this in detail. We will be studying about meristematic. We have studied permanent tissues, simple permanent tissues. What are those? Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, and complex xylem and phloem. Okay. Draw this diagram neatly, label it, and then if you have any doubts, you can send me a message. I'll explain it again. Okay. Bye children.